What's up? Hope you guys are doing awesome. So today we're gonna go over a fun topic, which is how do you go full-time NFT gaming? So how do you make enough so that you can actually do it full time? So before I started, I actually wondered this a lot because when I looked online, there wasn't like a go-to guide where you can take actionable steps, right? So when I looked it up, they're just like, oh, contribute value or do something, devs do something or something, I don't know. However, I think some more guides came out and they didn't have enough info, so I thought, screw it, I'll just make one right now, just in case there's someone else that's super interested in NFT gaming, they want to go full time, they want to make a career out of this, and they don't know how. So let's get into it. Before we do, just know that this is all speculation. Don't invest more than what you can lose. Assume that you will lose everything and you won't get rich quick, especially in a high risk field such as NFT gaming. And please do your own research. Don't trust random people like me off the internet with your financial well being, because this is just random opinions from a random person on the internet. Please don't let this persuade you to go after a career that you don't want, okay? So let's get into it. First off, do you really want to smoke? As in, you're going to have to deal with a lot of doubts from people, from family, friends, etc. Because NFT gaming is so new. So this is very similar to the internet boom like 30, 40 years ago, right? Where people are like, oh, there's this new field where you can contact people without even seeing them. You can type it in and it gets sent through electricity. I think people back then be like, what? You're crazy, dude. This guy's freaking crazy. Like, what's he talking about? It's like the same thing as NFT gaming, right? Where everything's all connected. You have different cross chains and stuff. So then people are gonna think, oh, is this even a career? He's just trying to game for a living? He can't do that. He has to like go to school and stuff. So you're gonna have to do a lot of that BS, right? So you're gonna need a lot of strong conviction into yourself. So if you're someone who really values, everyone's different, right? So if you really value what people think of you, really value your reputation in terms of your perceived social standing in society, then maybe this might not be for you. However, you might get better where it's like, oh, you might end up making more in the future. However, there's a high chance you'll fail, right? So maybe that could improve whatever social standing if you value that or something. I personally don't, so other people I know do, so up to you. Secondly, you'll probably have to work for free and you'll have a low chance to succeed or even to move up where the company or group can even pay you, right? So it's a high risk, high reward situation where if you do well, token does well, maybe like 10 or 20 X's, and then you get like $2,000 worth of allocated, and then it becomes like 20 to 40K, then you made like 40K in like a month or two or something. However, there's a high chance it could just drop by 90%, and then you make like $200 for like, I don't know, you put in like 200 hours of work for that month, so you get paid $1 an hour. So things like that will happen. So 99% of these games will fail. So getting in early or getting into highly established games on big dips will be the way to go. Third, there will oftentimes be a chaotic schedule. So the really cool thing about crypto is that you get to connect with people globally. This means that they have different time zones. So you're going to have to balance that by working at sometimes odd hours, which people can argue, oh, you're trying to get into crypto because you want to be free with time, right? However, you're working random odd hours. So this isn't like actually freedom, which they have a truth to that. So that is something to consider. All right. Here are signs that maybe you do want to get into NFT gaming. So maybe you have an intense curiosity about NFT gaming. You're just so fascinated about the culture, about the future potential of it, the Wild West aspect where everything you do in NFT gaming will shape the foundations of it. Since there are so many opportunities and everyone doesn't really know what they're doing, they're trying to figure it all out. So if you want to be a part of that Wild West where you're figuring everything out, then that could be good. Secondly, maybe you have previous entrepreneurship or you like to create things, like you make new songs, you like to flip Pokemon cards, you have an online business like a personal trainer or something, you like to compete against other gamers in like different guilds and like other games, just anything that's involves your creativity and just exploring. Lastly, it's, do you have an ability to fail continuously and learn? So you will get wrecked. You will get wrecked, especially early on where you're getting more experience. So oftentimes people get false confidence. Maybe they enter bull markets at like near the peak before, so anything they buy instantly doubles in a day or something. So they're like, oh, I'm like a genius at it. However, a bear market hits and then you just get wrecked completely. Then they don't understand why. Then they quit or something. However, if you're someone that is used to failing or something, maybe you're into like a certain sport or a certain hobby like chess or something where you consistently get wrecked, but you're constantly learning, then maybe having that ability to be persistent will help you a lot. All right, so here are the actual literal actionable steps, right? So let's say you start off with zero experience. You can try skimming this website, CoinMarket.com, and then there's like a category metaverse, so you can skim all the metaverse games. So you can literally go through these and then pick whatever games sound fun to you, and then just join a community. Just interact with them, just talk with them, see how they like it, maybe even try the game, get into like the lowest possible form of investment into it, get to know the community members, see whether you vibe with them. And you won't click with most communities. That's because crypto is so diverse, right? So there will be a few communities that you'll vibe with. However, they will be out there. So if you don't vibe with a certain community, you don't vibe with a certain team or philosophy, feel free to just exit and try to find your own tribe, so just have fun and do your thing. All right, next step, after you dip your feet in the water, maybe it's been a few months, like 3 months or something, or even longer, just take your time, whatever time you need. Then maybe you're like, okay, now it's time to contribute. I want to start taking this more seriously after I've gone, maybe you got wrecked like a few times, maybe you succeeded a few times, or etc. So after immersing yourself in a few communities that you like, try to take notes of what makes them successful, right? So maybe there's a team that consistently executes developments on time. Maybe they have constant amazing partnerships that help show their project to other people. Maybe they're really good at community cultivation. They have a lot of frequent AMAs. They have a lot of game nights with communities. They ask community for feedback. They have a well-established DAO, something like that. Maybe they're really good at marketing across various social medias like Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Medium, Discord, Telegram, WeChat, all the other ones. They have engaging gameplay. The game's so good, right? Etc. So take notes of what you find important and then try to research that for future games. So I put a link. So this is where you can literally like copy whatever aspects that you like researching about. I think security isn't added to this, but that's important too. So feel free to add or steal whatever you want, and then you can look up other people's analyses of games and you can use that too. Secondly, that would be to identify a major problem you can help out with in your favorite communities or newer ones incoming that you see have a lot of potential. So for example, you can join the role of moderating different chats, as that's constantly in demand. So you can think of that as like an entry level position, just like a general position, right? So having versatility in different languages help too. Knowing about them, maybe you can do artwork, you can do coding. So there are a lot of hackathons where you can team up with other coders and then learn from them too, different bounties that you can do. Maybe there's different marketing. Let's say, for example, you identify that a game's Twitter account is weak. Maybe you can create like some rough draft posts for them, and that you just continuously do that. Same thing for like Medium or like YouTube videos or something. Maybe different proposals where there's something wrong with the game, like, and then you can create a proposal to like fix that. Just anything to add value that you're really good at, which we'll go in a bit later. Third, it would to still continuously research, right? So take a note of your favorite games and who's backing them up, whether that be on a website or the white paper. And if you notice that there's a certain group you like and trust, feel free to follow them so that you get news on what other games they're researching too. Oftentimes they have an email newsletter on their website that you can just follow them. For example, some of my favorite ones include Automated Research, Spartan Guild, Yield Guild Games, Merit Circle, Three Arrows Capital, Audrey, whatever something. Just a bunch of reputable big boys. There's a bunch of others that I personally like too, other communities and people that I follow too, that I really respect their opinion. So feel free to follow them. All right, next step, it is to become a full Degen, aka crypto full time. So first, it's to utilize your unique strengths. So maybe you're very sociable with people. Maybe you're really good at listening. Maybe you're really good at identifying trends or patterns. Maybe you're really good at short-term thinking, like super fast decision making. Your unique personality. So maybe you mesh well with certain groups of people. Maybe you don't mesh with certain groups of people. Maybe you know how to do other things like that. Past experiences. Maybe you were a therapist somewhere, so you know how to interact with people one-on-one. Maybe you're an engineer where you're really good at problem solving, and then your passion too, right? So maybe you're just super interested in a certain type of game, a certain aspect of the game, like you're just really curious about how to improve artwork or how to improve the safety of a game, so you become like a blockchain security expert in an NFT game or something. Just anything that matches your community's needs. However, just like anything, this often comes with having to do important work that you don't necessarily want to do in the early stages, like contributing a lot to community, chatting a lot. Then maybe you become like a chat moderator, and then after that you submit proposals of different things you want to change, and then you can specialize in an aspect like marketing, art, coding, economics of a game or something. Then you specialize in further. So maybe you're not just marketing, but you're the go-to person for Twitter and Medium content creation. Maybe you help manage the ambassadors of the program. Maybe you're some meme specialist. Maybe you create videos for reviewing for different people, different games. Maybe you're a developer just for Ethereum. Maybe you're an analyst for economics on games on Solana. Just anything super niche down that matches your strengths and whatever you like. Secondly, it's to leverage your contributions for benefits after becoming invaluable, right? So maybe you can get NFTs or tokens airdropped to you as payments. You can get to initial NFT offerings, IDOs for coins to get coins super cheap, whitelisting to partners to your community's game, stable coins salary paid after you do a good job, so they want you on a team, so they're gonna keep paying you in stable coins or whatever else you choose to. Third, it's to continuously make connections, to get to know the founders, other team members, key community members within your favorite games, different factions within the group. So if you notice that there are certain groups forming, you can get to know them, see what they need, see what they want. Competitors, games, so maybe there's a game that's directly competing your game, so you can see what they're doing, how they're succeeding, etc. And lastly, it's to continuously improve your craft. So study other people that are succeeding really well at what you're at, and just keep in conversation with them. Maybe ask for their opinions on certain things, and then ask for feedback from higher ups or people that are on your team, and just be open to any suggestions. You know, it's very tempting to get closed-minded and to just keep on doing your own thing, but try your best to be open to the suggestions, as oftentimes the best ways to learn is to just take it on the chest, on the chin or something, and to be direct with it. And that includes your target audience too, right? So maybe you're marketing to anime RPG people, and then they're just like blunt about your game, where they're like, oh, we just don't like this because of X. So then you get into the lab, you help fix that, and then boom, you're good, etc. All right, so here are key tips to practically succeed as a full-time crypto person. It's to build an emergency fund by any means necessary to survive, even if that means doing a day job, part-time gigs, etc., as this is a very high-risk endeavor. So please don't jeopardize your quality of life immensely by doing this. So at least 3 to 6 months of emergency supply. Secondly, it's to accumulate a long-term portfolio, not just Degen altcoins, okay? So blue chips like Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin if you like that, etc. So keep taking your profits from these gaming coins into the top coins that are safer on different wallets for security reasons, like a cold wallet, central exchange, trusted decentralized exchanges, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, staking, lending, different things that you can do for passive income. So having this nest will allow you to build at other places if you decide to leave your current community, maybe you no longer vibe with them in the future, and to truly be financially free to get passive income. And this also means diversifying outside of crypto, like with stocks, real estate, angel investing, and etc. Third, it's to learn how to walk away. So please don't tolerate disrespect from a team and moderators or community members. And if you don't vibe with them, just leave. Like, there's so many other communities and games they can join. So just because they have a reputable name with reputable people backing up doesn't mean that you have to stay. You can just dip. There are a lot more, plenty of amazing communities forming. So prioritizing your time and energy will be super important. Lastly, if you're confused, maybe you're like on the fence about it, just go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, worst case, you fail and you try again if you're interested later on in the future, or you realize this life isn't for you. You know, maybe you do want some more stable things, like maybe you do full-time crypto when you're younger, and then later on you start wanting something more stable when you're older. So going part-time crypto or just being casual fan is just awesome. You know, you're still involved with the field, but you're not taking on as high risk. So feel free to do that if you want. So I hope these actionable steps help you guys, because after going full-time crypto, it's been so fun being able to do what I love and getting paid to do that, which is super cool. I get to express myself, my creativity, help build a fun community, research, and just get to know some really cool people, have flexibility and freedom in my schedule to just do whatever I want throughout the day. However, I still have to do work, right? And just etc. So it's been a really amazing journey. So I hope these tips really helped you guys become full-time crypto. Awesome. So thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment whatever you think, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like these, and referral code and MetaMask suggestion and caption if you want to donate. Most importantly, these videos are for entertainment purposes and are not recommendations, as I'm not a licensed professional. You win in crypto by surviving long-term and through collecting blue chips early. This means less excessive leverage, less liquidations, and by protecting your capital, okay? And the best investments are the ones where you have the greatest conviction through doing your own research. By the time you hear about it on Twitter or YouTube, it's too late. Furthermore, the best play isn't some token, it's contributing your unique personality and skill set to an awesome community's needs, which I hope this video has helped you do if you're curious about it. So thank you guys for watching, and talk to y'all next time.